Take an intro.
Trap squad, 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 trap squad. Hey, clickbaity political. Yeah, thirst trap, trap squad, squirrel squad. Our mission is critical to speak the truth to the masses. Yeah. We here for the fight. We ain't started, but we here to finish it. Sick and tired of seeing the privilege. Take advantage of the weak and the innocent. So we let a voice be heard. Every single weeknight, unapologetic. Black people, despite this white supremacist system that we live through on a daily, we still throwing up those acorns cause we represent clickbaity. Trap squad, trap squad, trap squad, let me hear ya. Trap squad, trap squad, throw those squirrels up if you with it. Trap squad, trap squad, yeah I see you, yeah I see you. Trap squad, trap squad, trap squad, ThirstTrap, trap squad, trap squad, trap squad, let me hear ya. Trap squad, trap squad, throw those squirrels up if you with it. Trap squad, trap squad, yeah I see you, yeah I see you. Trap squad, trap squad, trap squad, ThirstTrap, trap squad, trap squad, trap squad.
You guys are hot.
Hey, what's happening? What's going on, America? What's happening, Squirrel Gang, Trap Squad?
Gang,
How y'all doing?
gang.
Welcome
We in the building, baby.
welcome to another
It's your
episode of
favorite
Clickbaity
Negroes
Political
with
Thirst Trap.
microphones. It's
That's right, your favorite Negroes with microphones. Another episode of Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap. Another episode of Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap. Ladies, gentlemen, non-conforming individuals, you are now rocking with the best. You're rocking with one Marcus Farrell and one Mondale Robinson. Mondale, man, how are you?
It, my friend, has been a trying day. Taxing. I told you what I've been dealing with. But hey man, guess what else though? I'm still in the land of the living. So what I gotta complain about?
What you got to complain about, bro?
What I gotta complain about? Every motherfucking thing. I'm a black man in America. You know I got some shit to complain about. Let's do it.
Hey, man, you know what's crazy as hell? You know what's crazy as hell? We knocked on millions of doors. We knocked on millions of doors. We registered hundreds of thousands of people to vote. We had hundreds of thousands of conversations. In the past 4 years, between you and I in the state of Georgia, we can legit say, you and I alone can legit say that we were responsible for over 1 million doors in Georgia. Probably over 4 or 5 million in Georgia. Me and you can say that we were well, I can say that we were responsible for over 100,000, 200,000 people getting registered to vote. We can say that we've had conversations about Democratic politicians in the hundreds of thousands number. And all I got for it was this lousy ass bombing in Syria. That's all I got for
Man, listen.
I done sold these people dreams.
I'm gonna tell Joe Biden right now, bro. He better not come in here with that Obama imperialistic shit. We ain't got time for that shit. You will listen. We will not start this retaliation shit back and throwing bombs. If you got money to spend bombs, you got money to feed hungry folk. Miss me with that bullshit. You still want to be friends with fucking Saudi Arabia after you find out the crown prince was responsible for killing a American resident and also a journalist? You still gonna do business with them? You ain't gonna sanction them like y'all do African countries? We ain't got time for that shit. Don't come over here starting these damn wars, spending money to make other people, mainly the military industrial complex, super rich, and another way to stop feeding poor people. I don't got time for that shit. Hell no. Don't even come here with that shit.
Man, listen. You know what? We were selling people? I was selling people $15 an hour. I was selling people better COVID relief. I wasn't selling people bombing Syria. I mean, it's sort of like you know what I mean? Like, damn, I forgot about bombing Syria. You dig what I'm saying? You mean to tell me Donald Trump is to the left of Joe Biden on bombing Syria? No, ain't no way in here. Ain't no way. But you know what I mean? We know Trump was a very irresponsible individual, but each one of those bombs cost $4,000 to $16,000. Each one of them. That's a car. They're over there dropping cars on people, right? More importantly, that's rent for days. Each one of those bombs costs $4,000 to $16,000.
Hold on, Marcus, hold on a second. You talking some serious shit, but I made the mistake and pulled up YouTube while you were talking. Damn, we look good. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, fresh as a motherfucker. And wait, listen. I keep talking about this big news. Wait, it's gonna look better and better and better and better. But we ain't gonna go into that right now. Yo, $16,000. So check this out, America. What would you do? They have no problem subsidizing and giving COVID relief to the military-industrial complex. You know what? I called it out. You remember that? I called it out. I said, you know what? They'll be more responsible to the military-industrial complex before they will the American people. I was right. Where does Syria come from? It's like la 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 la. Like, check this out. I almost feel like we've been gaslit, duped, bamboozled. And here's the reason why I think we've been gaslit, duped, and bamboozled. Because while we were talking about January 6th, while we were talking about the insurrection, while we were talking about reparations, while we were talking about COVID relief, while we were talking about raising the wage, while we were talking about a diverse administration, you know what they were talking about? They were talking about blowing up another country. That's what they were talking about. And my thing is this right here. God damn it if I wasn't going for Joe Biden. God damn it if I wasn't going for the administration and everybody black up in there and everybody up in there. You think I was not going for them? I was so trying my hardest to just support them. Maybe if we showed them some love, they would show us some love. You know what we get? We get child immigration centers that look like upgraded trailers or downgraded trailers, and we get bombs in Syria. What is this, 1996?
You forgot. And 26,000 of our brown and black brothers and sisters deported.
Right. Like, I mean, like, goddamn, like, listen, at least finish the good shit, right? Like, finish all of the good shit, and then maybe, well, first off, bombing other people is never cool. But maybe just finish the domestic policies first that you promised us before you start going and spending money in other places. And they think that we're so stupid that we can't put two and two together. Y'all, like, each bombing run is at least a $3 million mission, if not more. Because we're talking about the equipment, we're talking about the drone or the airplane. We're talking about the logistics. We're talking about the manpower, the food that those people eat, the parking, the lights, the energy, the bombs, the gas, the fuel. What are we talking about here?
I think, and then we still got to talk about the human capital, right? You still, someone is going to have to deal with the fact that they just took lives from some people, either with the remote control with the drones, or they did it flying the jets, and then also the life that's lost, what that does to that community, and that it's just a bad idea. I think the fact that we rely so heavily so early, I ain't heard nothing about like this retaliation. We ain't tried diplomacy at all. We ain't tried diplomacy at all. I mean, for me, it's this is a continuation, and you're going right back at Iran, and it's just like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here?
And do we even have the constitutional authority to be bombing people off top like that? Like, America's back, baby. We're back to doing it the same way. Fuck our citizens. We're coming straight for you, Syria, and you better watch your back, small African country that hasn't done anything to us for a long time, because we miss bombing you too. We got to get the whole diaspora in there. You got to bomb everybody, right? You got to find. It's like you can't just bomb light-skinned brown people. Now you got to find some dark-skinned brown people, dark-skinned black people too. I'm trying to figure out who's first on the African content, especially since the African content has been doing a lot of business with China, right? Like they've been doing business with China and making money because America won't drop any major investments in there. But that's why we got to go over. Like me and Mondale were on a talk earlier today. We got to go back over to Africa and start setting up some business, folks. We got to start setting up some businesses across the diaspora. You know what I mean?
Tune people want more volume on the microphones, brother. Can you just turn us up a little bit?
Yo, so yeah. So man, it's Friday afternoon. You know what I mean? It's been an interesting day here in Atlanta, Georgia. But before I go on to any other news, I just wanted to point out one major thing, and that is it's Friday. We here. We could be anywhere else but here, but we're here. And we're rocking and rolling with y'all. To show us some appreciation, right? You don't have to be a super chat. Super chats are cool. It doesn't have to be a super chat. But what we like you to do is like, share, and subscribe. That's right. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. It's Friday, man. Mondale, you see what happened in ATL today?
Man, sit-ins still be popping off, boy. Negroes need to know. You try to take our voting rights. Listen, they try to make last 2020 hard as hell for black people to vote. So what we do? Vote in the highest numbers ever. In Georgia, we broke two records last year. People don't even know that. The general election, highest turnout of black voters ever, right? In that state. Then so we said that ain't enough. So in the runoff, when they said we weren't going to turn back out, what we do? We turn out even higher numbers. So what the Republicans say, they're not going to work to turn out their voters in a higher because they know they're running out of voters. So what they're going to do? They're going to change all types of laws to prevent us from getting to the ballot. They trying to prevent you from using weekend voting markets. They're trying to prevent you from using the drop boxes. They're trying to limit when is early voting. Any fucking thing to keep people from the ballot box. People are protesting. Tell me about it.
They put their hands on Park Cannon today. My state representative, the woman that I voted for, Park Cannon, representative out of Atlanta, Georgia. They got threatened with arrest because police officers can't do anything besides respond to black people with violence. Even though if it was a group of white men, state representatives who were doing the same thing, protesting on the steps of the Capitol, it wouldn't even been one cop out there. They probably would have sat down with them and relaxed with them. But our state representatives in this state today, they decided they were going to sit down. They weren't taking it anymore. Tunde, I don't know if you could find a picture of them. Maybe I could find a picture of them. Renita Shannon was out there. B-Win.
Shout out to Renita Shannon.
B was out there. B was out there. Tunde, you got a picture of the protest itself? Yeah. I mean, and it's always a good day for a protest because we got to do something. We got to elevate the conversation about what these Republicans are literally trying to do. But this would be a little bit unnecessary if we had a federal government and our elected officials would pass the John Lewis Act. A lot of these things will be unnecessary. But what I'm starting to realize is that we are soft. My Democratic Party is just acting soft right now.
Well,
we can't overturn.
Hold on. In their defense, there was the picture you asked for, too, Marcus. In their defense, the Congress is already working on. The House is already working on John Lewis Act as a part of.
No. I was gonna get into it. Let me finish. That don't mean they ain't soft.
Facts.
that don't mean they ain't soft. We can work on a lot of shit. You still be soft as hell, right? For you to come out and make a statement, and we're gonna get back to this right here because that's a New Georgia Project sweater right there. We're gonna get back to this right here real quick. But for you to, is that Kendra?
Was that Kendra?
I
Go
think
back
that
to
was
the picture.
Kendra.
Let me text and see if she got arrested today. It looks
I
like
don't think
Kendra.
nobody got arrested.
Oh, they didn't get arrested.
I don't think they took it that far. But
And they got man.
So we're living in a day and age where a civilian, the parliamentarian of the Capitol, of the House, an unelected person can decide whether or not we get $15 an hour minimum wage or not. And when Republicans have power, they treat a civilian like a civilian. They move you right on, they scoot your little ass right on out the way. You don't have to really think too hard about that right there. What you mean we can't do something? How about this right here? You're overruled, and they do what they got to do. What do? We comply. We play by the rules, America. That's what we do. We play by the rules. Democrats play by the rules. Meanwhile, you have to have state representatives risking their body, their limb, their limbs, their blood, sweat, and tears down here in Georgia just to make sure that they can fight against the law that shouldn't even be allowed federally anyway. That's what I mean by like we work against our own people a lot, man. That's what I meant, Mondale. We're not doing.
But I think the thing about it is, man, for so long we've allowed the corporate Democrats, the establishment Democrats, to control the party, and what they do is exactly what you're talking about. They capitulate to the Republicans, and to these rules that are meant to be broken. In this case, when you're trying to stop someone right to vote or limit someone's access to the ballot, there shouldn't be any rules that can prevent you from stepping in defense of Black and brown folk or people who are marginalized are going to lose their right to vote because of these laws that we know they serve one purpose: political control for Republicans, man. And the fact that we don't play the game, they play the game about things that's important. When Republicans will go to bat for businesses, I ain't talking about small businesses either, because small businesses don't usually benefit from Republican policies. It's these S corps, these big corporations that benefit, not S corps. I'm sorry, the C corps. Fortune 500 companies. And it's tragic that people buy into this shit, like tax cuts for businesses is beneficial to people, when we see year after year, it does not benefit, does not create new jobs, does not fix the economy. The only thing to fix the economy is money, and the government act like they can't give it to us when they're sitting on it. It is absolutely ridiculous. We know poverty is not a lazy issue. Poverty is not a work issue. Poverty is a policy issue. And all of this shit is directly linked to their willingness to let people live in poverty and swallow, man, while they can continue to take money from these rich people and do their work, do their bidding. These are no longer, we elect politicians as representatives of us, and it's businesses that benefit, not us. So it's almost as if those dollars that they receive in donations mean more than these voters that they're supposed to be speaking on behalf of. That's the tragedy I'm talking about.
It seems like Uncle Bernie gets it right. Because Uncle Bernie said, I'm gonna use Uncle when I like him. I'm gonna use that guy when I don't like him.
I ain't got no white uncles.
There you go. That part there. I guess my 15% Irish uncle.
T.O. uncle, none of that shit. Hey, Marcus, Bernie can't come to no cookouts with them ugly ass mittens. And I don't care they made out of, I don't give a damn if they was made out of recycled ass. He can't come to my cookout.
Because let me tell you something. If Bernie showed up to your uncle's cookout right now with the mittens on, they'll let his ass right on in. I bet you they would.
First they gonna clown his ass. Bro, they gonna clown his ass, first of all, for being in North Clown them ugly ass mittens. Second of all, they're gonna like, who invited him? I'm trying to tell you, this don't work like that.
Hey, I want to go back. I gotta address something real quick. Hey, brother, low frequency. You put your pick up real quick so we can roast you. Thanks for blasting Dust Lord all the time. God. Hey, listen. No, wait, Mondale. I'm gonna give you Dust Lord, low frequency, Peter. I'm gonna give you the clickbaity pass. You know why? Because you be rocking out with us, bro. So
what he say?
And you ain't problematic. But if you do want to get roasted, you gave us $5 to get roasted. Is this like your therapy or some shit? Like, do you
listen? Does he have a picture?
Oh, he has a picture.
Please put him up. Let's go. It's Friday.
You know what? It is Friday. I am in the mood. We see you $5. Hey, listen.
Hey man, ain't this guy arrested? Ain't he under investigation in California? Ain't that Marilyn Manson? Hey man, Marilyn Manson, keep your $5 and keep your hands off women.
No, let me see. I mean, is that a beard? Boy, that boy
like
got long, luscious, blonde Barbie girl hair, don't he?
That boy look like the third member from Half Baked. Look at his ass. That boy, he didn't have so much acid, he ain't got no brain. Motherfucker walking around here like a mellow mushroom without the pizza. Oh,
hey, I wonder how you talk. I bet you talking Thrasher. Hey, Mondale, thank you for giving me the super chat.
He probably got throat and stomach ulcers. That motherfucker been screaming. That song, nigga music, that nigga is Halloween all year long. His music scares the fuck out of me.
I bet you get all the groupies though. Talking about touch my hair. Touch my hair.
He ain't been the same since we lost Kurt Cobain. Talking about memories. Yo, let me stop. I'm an asshole.
Hey, Pete,
Marcus,
thank you
for
thank you for everything that you've done with us, man. Rock and roll, baby boy. We appreciate you, man. Man. I mean,
listen,
Trump.
Can I? Yeah, I was gonna not Trump. Shit, fuck Trump. Let's just admit that the Republican Party has went. They have listen. It is beautiful what I saw today. That golden statue of Donald Trump let me know exactly where the Republican Party is. First of all, CPAC was created by who? The last dumbass Republican president. Well, not the last one, but one of the most unintelligent fucking Republican presidents of all time, Ronald Reagan. He created CPAC to bring together like the fiscal conservatives with the other conservatives so that they can be a united party. To see a gold statue of Donald Trump at CPAC lets me know exactly what I've already known. Republican parties don't give a fuck about patriotism because this man is responsible, said the highest Republican senator in this country. This man is responsible for what happened at the Capitol on January the 6th. They don't give a fuck about the institution of this country because this man tried to tear down the FBI. He tried to tear down the Department of Justice. He tried to tear down the CIA. And I can keep going with every institution. Not to mention, he tried to throw shade on our election in 2020, when in 2016, he wouldn't even say Russia had a part in trying to steal our elections. So we know that the Republican Party no longer gives a fuck about this country and patriotism. They only give a fuck about Donald Trump. Stop calling yourselves Republicans and just say, I support Trump, period.
I'm going to put on my biblical hat real quick. I remember the golden calf, right? You remember the whole comment, you remember the whole section of the Bible when they were talking about false idols. You remember that tenet about false idols and all that shit, right? Literally false idols is the reason why the Bible is around. If you take their some of the authors or some of King James translated version of the Bible, one of the main reasons that we have Christianity and Judaism is because of false idols. And God got sick of it. You mean to tell me the party of Christ? I mean, because they use God. They use God.
Wait a minute.
They use
Did you call them the party of Christ?
Yeah,
Republicans are the POC. Republicans are POC now.
And the party of white Christ. The party of Christ. Yes.
White Christ. There you go. POC. POC.
Yeah.
I'm no longer calling them. Hey, we're no longer calling them the GOP on this channel. On Clickbaity, it is forever known as POC.
Yeah. POC.
God damn.
The party of white Christ. They love to use. I mean, and here's the funny part about it. Like, today, twice, they tried to invoke Christianity into racist thing, right? Um, and you know, now their narrative is, well, slave. Of course, the narrative has always been, well, slaves. You know, they were in the Bible, and black people enslaved themselves, and we should end
You
Black
go,
History Month because of
yo, my God. Listen,
their
that is
arguments
not.
don't even really make any. Their arguments really don't even make any sense. But then they have the. It's like, didn't anyone in that whole room check themselves and be like, okay, like the evangelicals that are still rocking with Trump, like, didn't one of them say, hey, wait a minute now, I like the dude, but a gold statue, man, you about to get us killed. Let's get Moses. Fuck, Moses is black. We can't use him.
Hey, and to be clear, Moses. Here's what people don't know about Moses. Moses actually, you know, he was brown. Marcus, check this out. But guess what Moses did do? Marry a black woman. Married a Cushite in the Bible. Moses had the first interracial marriage in the Bible. And check this out. And God was so pissed when his sister, what's her name, Miriam, was clowning him, talking shit about his wife, that he gave her ass leprosy. Moses had to beg God to take leprosy off his sister for making fun of his black wife. His interracial marriage.
I bet
Little
you
history
Moses'
for
wife
y'all
was fine.
motherfuckers.
I bet you Moses' wife was fine.
Motherfucker walk on water. He can have whatever he want.
That's what I'm saying, though.
I mean, part of the Red Sea. He ain't walk on water.
Yeah, he
part of the sea.
Like, I mean, like, Moses parted the Red Sea. You don't think he got him a little dime piece? You know what I'm talking about?
I guess we got to be problematic. It is Clickbaity and Friday. Jesus, motherfuckers. This motherfucker said.
I bet you Moses' wife was fine as hell. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, listen.
This.
You know how you know what kind of parlor, you know what kind of women you get when we can parlor trick, like something like, hey, listen, hey baby, check this out. Here's a glass of water. And watch me split it in half.
I can't do this, man.
What you think? You don't think Moses could, you know what I mean? So Moses walks into a bar.
So here, go ahead, Marcus. What happened when Moses walked into the bar? Because I need to get you. I need to bring your ass back.
I'm not. I don't have nothing
Somebody
else.
asked somebody on Facebook. Somebody on Facebook asked us, can we host Tuesday night Bible study? We're gonna get kicked out. Listen, but on some real shit, I want to get back to this.
I would love to host Tuesday night Bible study.
Listen, I'm telling you. So here's the thing. Let me just get back to this because this is important. We use language that is limited. English, this pigeon ass language called English, is so limited that it translates anything that's similar to words into words of our language. Slavery all the times get translated into what our race-based slavery was, which was first of its kind. Never in the history of anybody was slavery based on someone's skin color, but for here, especially to make poor people rich. Usually in olden days, in the time of the Bible, they didn't say slavery. The Greek word that they use, doulos, which translates actually to fucking servant, bond servant. People weren't owned because of their skin color, nor are they owned like they are today, or a chattel like we were in this country. So people can continue to mix up their word all they want to. That's not what the Bible was lifting up. The Bible did not condone what is going on or what's going on, what went on, I'm sorry, in this country based on someone's race. So fuck out of here with that, first of all. Second of all, if you don't understand the limitations of language and translations and shit that get lost, that's on you. That's on you and your, your Western civilization education and your unwillingness to know that Jesus wasn't white, nor was he advocating for black and brown people to be bonded. Furthermore, if you look at the Bible and if you've been honest about the term, even when they're telling the servants to obey their earthly masters, they're actually, there was only one motherfucker who talked like that all the time in the New Testament. And his name was Peter, right? I'm sorry, Paul. And it was
Paul,
because
right.
it was Paul. If you look at Paul's book, Paul had luxuries that the other disciples didn't have. Paul was the only disciple that was protected by Rome, and that was the case because he was a Roman citizen. While he was a Jew, he was a Roman citizen. So that means that they couldn't just kill him like they could the other ones. So Paul had a right. He was always talking about giving Rome or giving Caesar what Caesar because he had that privilege. He had that privilege to say that shit. So
Paul
talk
had
to me
an
about
assistant.
those books.
Paul had an
Go ahead,
assistant and an iPad.
Yeah, exactly. Talk to me about what Jesus said about that shit. Talk to me about what Jesus did. How violent Jesus got about money in the church. Said another way, money in our politics, money over people. How did Jesus react to that shit? Then we can have a conversation. Motherfuckers be for so long. What you say, Marcus? Motherfuckers been sitting at table so long, they don't even know that Jesus would have flipped those tables over. They still trying to get a seat there.
Yeah, nah, Jesus would have flipped everything over. Like my Jesus got an afro. My Jesus got an afro. My Jesus got my Jesus got thug life tattooed on his face. I know that ain't the kind.
I can't go there. You know what I'm saying?
What you talking about?
You had me at the afro.
Water?
You had me on. Hey, you had me at the afro part. Water? You had me at that afro part when you start talking about Jesus got thug life tattooed on his face.
Hey, Jesus don't even smoke cigarettes and got a cigarette in his mouth half the time. Talking about. Let me tell you about my daddy.
Mark, where you go to church at? You a Baptist? You gotta be a Baptist.
He got Newport outside of it. He had a Roman Newport.
You know what my Jesus say? My Jesus in the gospel of my Jesus and my God says, you can't understand him and his life and his sacrifice on the cross unless you understand Black people's plight and the lynching tree. That's what my Jesus says. If you can't wrap your head around what the lynching tree mean and meant to Black people and the sacrifice associated with that and all the long suffering that comes along with it, you definitely can't understand the sacrifice that goes along with someone hanging on a cross. What say you, Black man?
I mean, brown and Black people have been suffering for a long time, man. And the symbolic godlike stature that the Republican Party has given Trump, it only reminds me of during the Obama years, how no matter what
Marcus,
Obama did, there were some Black folks who were like, "No, he's perfect. His family's perfect.
Look at the screen,
Everything
Marcus.
about him
Look at the
is
screen.
perfect."
Look at this screen.
That's right. Exactly. That's because Jesus is Andre 3000, and you got to fight me.
Oh my
you got. Listen, I'm not being sacrilegious right now.
Reconsider.
Right? It's just that I don't believe in the Disney. I don't believe in the Disney version of Jesus. I don't believe in the Disney version of Moses. I believe these cats were walking on a planet that hated them just like black men are hated right now by police. I believe that if there was a thug version of these cats, they would look like me. They'd be rocking a hoodie if they were running around right now. They wouldn't be in somebody's pulpit trying to like.
Wait, why can't they have on no too tight t-shirt from Target, nigga? I gotta have a hoodie on.
That old gentrified ass t-shirt you got on. What the fuck is on that shit, man? Let me read that t-shirt.
It says we're better.
You just be buying Black people stuff and saying I'm cool.
That's all. They have Black. Every time they put a Black designer in Target, I make sure that shit sell out. I do my part. Jesus is an AT alien. I'm with
it. Hey, listen. So. Power.
Not power. Hold on. We can't leave Trump yet. I know we're talking a lot of clownish shit, but let's stay on Trump for a second, because what we gotta say is this is where you know the party is lost. Nikki Haley criticized Donald Trump for 2 minutes, and then she didn't get invited to CPAC for it, and now she's back kissing his ass. Nikki Haley should be ostracized. Guess who else? They said Pence and Donald Trump are back on good terms. Pence and Donald Trump are back on good terms. Then if you look at what Mitch McConnell said on Fox News last night, man, we see where I'm saying the night before last. We know where we're at. right? Mitch McConnell took his punk ass on Fox News and said if Donald Trump wins the nominee for the Republican Party in 2024, he's definitely going to support him. This is the
Mondale, let me
motherfucker that
tell you
almost
something.
had them killed. This is the
Mondale,
motherfucker that
Mondale,
almost,
you
man, if them bombs would have went off at the Republican National Convention, at their office, at the DNC office, or if those guys would have found Mike Pence during January the 6th, who knows what the fucking outcome would have been. So for him to say that he would support Donald Trump after he said Donald Trump was responsible for what happened on January the 6th tells us everything we need to know about the heads of the Republican Party. They are trash all the way, bro. What you gonna tell me, Marcus?
you send your goons around my house with the intentions of killing me. And then
how the fuck we friends?
Yo, check this out. And then they don't kill me? This ain't like this is like a HBO document. This is like a HBO drama series or like, you know, or The Wire or something. You swing and you miss? If you swing and you miss, man, that's your ass, bro. I'm coming at you forever, right? Forever. You dig what I'm saying? Like,
Bro, look, Trump know he could disrespect all the motherfuckers and they still come back. He called Ted Cruz's wife ugly. He called that man's wife ugly. And Ted Cruz, I bet his wife hates him. Ted Cruz's wife, that trip to Cancun was not enough. She still hates you, buddy. She has to. Ain't no fucking way a woman is okay with you being in close proximity and friendship and kissing ass to the man that called her ugly.
It's just politics, honey. You ain't getting no more nookie ever. Matter of fact, she should divorce his ass because, like but there's a lot of people out here who deserve to be divorced by their wives for following Donald Trump. You dig what I'm saying? Like everybody who has a wife and supports Donald Trump should be divorced. All of them. All of them. The way he treated women. I mean, do Republican women even give a damn about their womanhood?
Him grabbing them by the pussy because he can?
Yeah. All of them. All of them.
That man he didn't tweet that. That man said that, and we watched the video over and over again. And he was like, "Oh yeah, I just offered to buy him some furniture and grab him by the pussy because I can." And I'm just like, "Wow."
Yeah, so
so he admitted to the crimes that these women are trying to charge him for that aren't being prosecuted hard enough, if you ask me, because he already told you he did it. He already told you on tape that that's exactly this is his behavior.
And the crazy part about it is when you just made that statement about like he'll go buy him some furniture. Let me tell you about Donald Trump real quick. When Clemson won a national football championship and they went to the White House, this buffoon served them McDonald's, bro.
Wow.
So if you're a woman that he done grabbed by the woo-ha, he gonna get you some IKEA? No, he gonna get you some American Freight. You know what I mean? Like,
did you say American Freight? Wait, did you say American Freight? Hey, guess what? He ain't even gonna pay for it. He gonna sue them for the bill because he don't pay bills. He ain't gonna pay.
Yeah, you can go grab women by the woo-ha and then say, I'm gonna buy you some furniture. Ladies, let me tell you something. If a man grabs you by your private parts and then offers
he said pussy, you gotta say what the president said. He said pussy.
Okay, I will say what the president. If a man offers you it says he's gonna grab you by the pussy or grabs you by the pussy, and then says he's gonna buy you some furniture, and you're cool with that, I need you to reevaluate your priorities in life. I do. That's it. It's pretty simple. I want all the women of the Trap Squad to never get their pussy grabbed, especially by a guy like Donald Trump. Is that cool?
Especially by nobody. Don't grab any woman part, any body parts on a woman at all without her permission, right? Like
that's what I'm saying.
That's why the reason I say like you need to say what he said, because to me, my whole body is my private part, right? You can't grab my hair, you can't grab my beard, you can't grab my hand if I ain't gave you permission. So all of this shit over here, all 212 pounds of this is motherfucking private. And if you touch any of it, you got the smoke on sight. Somebody said Donald Trump could have got the fade with no soda. Facts. That's exactly what would have fucking happened if you touch me without my permission. For real.
You know what? You could tell Donald Trump ain't got his ass whipped ever. Either. Let me I mean, I talk a lot of shit, but I done got my ass whipped before. I done got jumped, and I caught a fade 1-on-1. Now, luckily, I'm about 5-1 when it comes down to it overall, right? And that first ass whipper taught me a lot of lessons, like punch first, duck, dodge. But he needs an ass whipping, man.
Let me say something about. Hey, let me shout out the Trap Squad real quick, y'all.
Yeah.
So on the Trap Squad, today I was on a conference call in Virginia with some C4 organizations around the state for Black Male Voter Project, and I was talking. They were voting to let our organization sit at their table. We luckily we got accepted and approved. But one of the brothers after I came back from when they were voting, I came back. He inboxed me. He's like, man, this is a fanboy moment right now. I'm a Patreon and a fucking loyal Clickbaity fan. So shout out to Sam who watched Clickbaity and also does the work. We love it, baby. We love it when people are in this work and also following our work. So shout out to you for that, brother. It's good to see you in that space and this space for sure.
Yeah, I'm loving the random shout outs, man. I like the random shout outs, man. Y'all be in my inbox, man, showing me love, man. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. And actually, before I move on to the story that I wanna touch on, no, we're gonna run straight through it. Let's run straight through this. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe. Friday night, all the way live. Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap. Your boy Mondale Robinson, your boy One Marcus Sparrow. We all the way live right now from Atlanta, from other places in the country. We're actually doing some dope shit. We got some dope shit planned for you. Make sure that you continue to become a Patreon. Go over to Mondale Robinson's Patreon page also. Just patreon.com/Mondale. Go subscribe to him, right? Follow us. Make sure that we got some big things popping off, man. I am in the 5th chapter of my book. I only got 5 more to go. So I've settled on a name on it too, but I'm not gonna give it out yet. But yes, I have a name for my book. I'm 5 chapters in, and I'm about 220 pages into that BI. So you know, I mean, we got some things coming. Mondale Robinson, man. Barack Obama supports reparations. Tunde, cue that up.
Yo, Barack Obama about to stop trolling me. He about to stop trolling me, bro. I really wanna fuck dude up. Like, you can't be president for 8 years on the backs of black people, and then when you trying to sell a podcast, you everything we are. Fuck out of here, man. I'm starting to see now. Even when he ate his words about AOC and he tried to go back and say, well, the Democratic Party has to make space for AOC and what she stands for. Now I see what you were doing. You were trying to sell that podcast, man. You ain't no different. Yeah. Ice Cube and Barack Obama should be best friends. They should go play golf together on the moon.
I don't know why you so mad at Cube, man.
Man, I don't fuck with Cube because of that shit. For real. Listen,
hey, first, let me just my viewpoint on Barack. And Tunde, you can bring up those graphics right now if you want to, man. It's a clip. Yeah, okay, but then hold on.
Play that clip.
Hold on. No, wait. Actually, absolutely, Mondale. Yep. Tunde, play that clip.
Or is it prepared to consider reparations? Do you think we're at that place right now?
So if you ask me, theoretically, are reparations justified? The answer is yes. There's not much question.
Nigga.
Nigga. I need that meme, Marcus. Nigga. Bruh, he grifting. Theoretically, Marcus. I don't live in a theoretical space. I live in a real world where real world reparations are fucking necessary and justified. What are you talking about? Black people ain't lost lives in jumping off boats. They didn't lose lives hundreds of years being fucking enslaved. They didn't make this country theoretically rich. This motherfucker is absolutely rich. Just like reparations need to be absolutely happening. This guy is full of shit, man. And the more and more I hear him, the more and more I like George Bush.
He's just doing an all-out effort to protect his legacy. But here's my problem with the Barack Obama aspect of things. Just like my problem with the Biden administration right now, even though Biden is going to have a lot less passes than Barack got because he's a white man. But here's my problem with Barack. Bro, we asked you to sit the fuck down. Right?
Years ago.
We did. Instead of sitting down, you say that defunding the police is sloganeering. Then not less than 4 months later, you say reparations is something that you believe, in theory, is owed to black people. You got trashed for your last statement, so now you're trying to make amends. At this point, you want to protect your legacy. But here's the thing about time and the internet and free thinking people. There was a moment in time where President Barack Obama. He had a House, he had a Senate, he had a he didn't have a Supreme Court, but he had a House, Senate, and his office. And he didn't even mention reparations. And he said because he was afraid that white hate or white whatever would be a problem with it. But this is the same guy that wrote a book with the words of audacity on the cover of it. This is the same guy that made us hope for change. Right? But when you got you in the seat of power, instead of listening to the people of Chicago, you listen to Rahm Emanuel. That was your chief of staff. Your chief of staff was more concerned with Wall Street dollars being protected and making sure the fat cats stayed fat than you did. Then you were concerned with lifting a goddamn finger for poor black folks. And my brother's keeper was for upper middle class black people.
Facts.
That wasn't for normal
All
black
fucking
people.
Facts.
So what you trying to tell me right now? Like your whole administration was anti-black, bro. You were a black person that got a lot of support from black people. But if we're going to have an honest conversation about it, and I mean an honest conversation, not one where you roll out Michelle and your beautiful daughters, but an honest conversation about, brother, what did you do? See, I can't front. When Dr. West, who needs to be tenured at Harvard, we'll get into that later.
At every fucking college in this.
Yeah.
This
but when Dr. West
country
started complaining about you, when he started complaining about you, I can't front. I even said this to Dr. West. Man, are you just mad at him? But every single day that goes by, every time I saw Republicans during the Trump administration push through some bullshit policy for rich people or for white people, every single time I saw Congress push a bill that helps out folks, you were the first black president, and you didn't even say the word black, but less than 10 times. Joe Biden shouldn't have been the first person to mention white supremacy from the presidential office. It should have been you, Barack. Because you were going through it. It makes me think, well, what's the point of us voting for somebody who's saying all these things, yet 16 years later, 12 years later, you want to say that you support reparations now because you ain't in office. Bro, if you were in office today, you'd be fighting against it. Stop capping. Go sit down somewhere. Unless you're going to be organically about it, unless you're going to make a statement like, Joe Biden, my former vice president, needs to support reparations. And shut up. Don't say nothing else.
Listen, man. Here's the thing. Barack Obama we're learning that he's a fucking follower. So we're learning. The first black president is a huge follower, and he followed the sentiments of the status quo. He has no fucking leadership when it comes to black pain or addressing black pain. When you have all of the power, he was the fucking strongest man, not physically, but the strongest man in the entire world, and you did nothing, my friend. Barack Obama saying this far from his presidency that he supports reparation sounds like a motherfucker talking underwater. All I'm getting is bubbles. That's all I'm getting from him. Bubbles.
Man, listen.
I don't like bubbles.
Listen. This is what I'm saying. This is important. Barack Obama is potential unfulfilled. And the reason why I say he's potential unfulfilled, but he's fulfilled
not
potential.
Realized.
He fulfilled potential for one group, and that's Wall Street. But he fulfilled potential for another group, and that's moderate Democrats. Potential fulfilled. But for the poorest of us, that potential is unfilled. And here's why. Because he's a smart dude. One of the smartest human beings in America right now. Between his common sense, his political savvy, his showmanship, and his education, you can't tell me Barack Obama just learned about reparations within the last 12 years. You can't tell me Barack Obama
not if he broke somebody's nose.
The travesties of enslavement in the past couple of years. You can't tell me that him being a constitutional scholar at one of America's most preeminent universities,
white America.
You can't tell me that he didn't know about the history of black. You can't tell me being married to Michelle Obama that you don't know your history about black folks. Now you gotta miss me with that. And furthermore, more importantly, Barack, bro, let me tell you something. You did that shit on Bruce Springsteen's show. You know how many black people interviewed you? You know how many black people interviewed Barack Obama, and you want to let that news go on Bruce Springsteen? No offense to Bruce, because he's dope. But you mean to tell me?
All offense to Bruce.
You mean to tell me you decided to do that on Bruce Springsteen? You decided to talk reparations on a white? That's full of shit, Barack, and you capping, and you know that.
You know it, man. Bro, he's trying to sell Netflix and he's trying to sell Netflix and go ahead and play that. Go ahead and play that clip. Nigga. Marcus. You see the meme? Nigga. That's the nigga meme, y'all. Nigga. Listen, we got some fruits from y'all. Yeah, you turn yourself into a meme. Hey, Dwayne, Tunde, do we have the clip that one of the Trap Squad members sent me about the Geechee sister? So folk can see how hard it is for me to speak this fucked up ass English language as much as I try, because I really want to speak how we really talk at home. Yeah, so y'all watch this clip. This is how we really talk.
Mama, you from South Carolina, right?
Sure is.
You from that Gullah Geechee Island, right?
Oh, Dwayne, we need that sound, baby.
How do you say, where are you going?
Where you don't go at?
How do you say, do you love your man?
My head going over that boy, ain't it?
How do you say, come here?
Come here.
I can't hear. You got
where are you going?
Give us some more volume in there. Turn it up.
How do you say, where are my keys?
Well, them shit, I said that shit down somewhere, ain't it?
How do you say rinse it off?
Or when it comes to them greens, I don't rinse them off. I'm gonna wrench them off. Like you wrench them off.
I'm gonna wrench it off. If you need to know how them Geechee folk be talking, we wrench it off. Marcus, we don't wrench shit off. We wrench it off.
I'm telling you, wrench around and you wrench around the corner.
I'm trying to tell you, man. Listen, y'all, listen, it's hard. We get up here and do it for y'all because I could go in a whole fucking, especially when I'm drinking, I get real comfortable and this English language get real hard for me. Like, Marcus, this shit, I want to start talking with ending sentence with at, huh? Talk about mines
what you
and
doing?
spaghetti, they don't know.
What you doing tonight? At.
For real.
Hey man, we're running up on our ending time. So
who
Tiffany,
you
got for Black
if I was
History?
president, Tiffany, if I was president, my top 3 agenda items for the first year of my president would be reparations, reparations, and reparations. Marcus?
My top 3 agenda items would be reparations, overturning the filibuster, and expanding the Supreme Court.
Yeah, reparations, reparations, and reparations. It's that time of the night where we do Black motherfucking history. Tunde, play that music, boy.
Very scary, yeah. Very scary. Black people loving black people. Say it again. Yo, we wildin' shit, man.
It's February. It's very scary. Black people loving black people. Black people loving black people. Black people loving black people. It's February. It's very scary.
Marcus, we might need to trademark this shit. We might need to put this on Apple Music, bro.
Yeah. Who you got for Black History Month, man?
Man, I have for Black History, I have my childhood crush, Karen Johnson. Most people don't know about her name. They know her as Whoopi Goldberg. People right now in the later years of her life, she's become more of a neoliberal, but there was a time when Whoopi was on point as it pertains to LGBTQIA advocacy, and just human rights in general. I mean, she did panels at the UN. She got all types of awards. She's also one of 6 people who has actually won a Grammy, an Oscar, a Tony, and a motherfucking Emmy. Emmy. Yeah, she's won all of that shit. So sister's super talented from the projects in Manhattan. A lot of people didn't know that. She grew up in the project and was raised by a single mother who was a teacher. And she went to Catholic school. And she grew up to be an amazing talent and also a spark of a lot of things. And the way when I was a child, the reason I was so attracted to her, this picture right here was the picture I chose because this picture, I fell in love with Whoopi Goldberg because of this picture. So,
damn, Whoopi.
Shout out to Whoopi Goldberg. Yeah, that's Whoopi right there. Giving you all of that. Giving you all of that.
Whoopi.
Oh, Whoopi. You know why she named herself Whoopi, Marcus?
Mm-hmm.
Because she said as a comedian, yeah, as a comedian, you don't get to go off stage and take a bathroom break. And she was apparently very gassy. And she said she used to just let it go on stage and people say, damn, you're a whoopee cushion, ain't you? So she named herself Whoopi. Ain't that some shit? Ain't that some shit? She literally named herself Whoopi Goldberg because she had so much gas. Marcus, who you got tonight, my man?
All right. So who I got tonight is as an activist, scholar, organizational leader, and understands the plight of Black people across the nation. He was born into poverty and grew up in like literally one of the biggest families ever. I believe it was 13 or 11 kids, 13 kids. He after graduating from high school, my man went to the United States Marine Corps. Just like you, Mondale. And seeing what poverty did to his people, right? He left the Marine
what
Corps, went to
is
school, went to an
working and what isn't
HBCU.
working with the technology. Trying
And the
out some
brother
new
that I'm doing
stuff
tonight,
right
his
now.
name
So
is William
again, this
Robinson,
is
William
Mondale Robinson,
Mondale
and
Robinson.
I'm trying out new technology to see if everything
He is
works
the
properly.
founder of
In doing so, I'll just be rambling
the C Institute,
for a few
which was an
minutes.
NGO concerned with equitable
I think the best thing
governance
for me to ramble
and
about right now
intersocial
is
treatment of persons of
probably
African descent in countries where they were a
Roy Jones
minority
and Mike Tyson's
population.
fighting
He
tonight.
also founded
That's right,
this
Roy Jones and
pretty
Mike
cool
Tyson will be fighting
organization
tonight.
called
Black Man Voice Project will be hosting a little
Freeborn Blacks,
safe
and also
social
another
distancing
organization
event,
called
with the fight
the Black Male
for
Voter
about
Project,
20 folks.
which has helped
So we're super
flip
excited
America
about that.
and one of
Roy
the first
Jones
organizations in
and Mike
American
Tyson, two of my
history to
favorite
actually
boxers
have
ever, will be back in the ring
conversations
doing
centering,
their thing.
focused
And I'm
on,
sure
and
it's gonna be
attributing and
hilarious
attaining to African
and
American men and black men across the nation.
I know it's gonna
He's
be
been seen on Al
hilarious
Jazeera,
because the weigh-in
NPR,
was funny. I
Fox,
thought Mike Tyson was gonna
ABC.
trip over his own pants trying to
He's from
take
Enfield,
off his
North
pants, put it on the
Carolina.
scale. And he got stuck
His
in the
mom is
shirt
good
trying to come
people.
out of
His
shirt,
dad is
but Mike
fucking
said he's
funny,
ready.
funny,
He said
funny
making
people.
weight and training camp was easy.
And
What
I
he said
mean,
was the
and
hard
since
part of
I've known the
boxing is
brother, he's
easy.
gone through
So
many
we'll see Mike made weight. Mike weighed in at
like
20,
changes. I met this brother at an event at one of these conferences that we have where it was like, oh, you're a black man doing the work.
So we're gonna see a good fight.
You're a black man doing the work. Let's do the work together.
And great boxers.
He was
So
responsible for my largest endorsement when Bernie Sanders wasn't.
It's also
Bernie Sanders didn't endorse
Black Male Voters
me,
Project name
but
out there
Democracy for
to a
America
bunch of
did
black
endorse
men
me.
in
And that's
Georgia,
because my brother Mondale
so as
Robinson
to one, entertain them with the
did
fight,
that. So
and
personally,
also,
he's been a
share
benefit
some,
to my life.
some bubbly
He's a
with
fucking
them, but
asshole. Also, like, don't
to
ever
talk
get
about
confused.
this runoff that we have in
His
Georgia.
mouth gets me in
These
trouble all the
runoffs we have in
goddamn
Georgia.
time.
And speaking of runoffs, might as well switch speed.
But
We have,
it's always for the
extreme-
it's always
we have
for
two
the
black
truth.
men
It's always for
running statewide in
righteousness.
Georgia right
And
now.
I got this
Daniel
brother's
Blackman
back
and also
every single time,
Raphael
anytime
who's
he
running
possibly
the Senate. So
can
we
get
have
his back,
two
and I
reasons-
will have his back forever. So tonight for my Black History Month person, I'm going to go with my friend, my brother, and my co-host of Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap, William Mondale Robinson.
Man.
And it's the last day I could do it too, because we don't have no more shows in Black History Month. So
You just, wow, you ended the month like that, bro.
I had to end the month like that, my brother.
Give me a hug. Come here. Come here, bro.
I hug you too. I hug you too. I hug you. I hug you.
Damn, bro.
I love you too.
Thanks, man. Thanks, bro. That's heavy.
Yeah,
That's
man.
heavy,
I
bro.
missed out a lot of
Damn.
stuff, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like how many
don't even
campaigns
shit
you
that-
worked on, your international work. You know what I mean? Like you did a lot of international work. You were responsible for a lot of victories on your own. We've worked together on many projects. And you know what? The last part about Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap and Mondale Robinson is he's the co-host of Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap. Started in April 11th, 2020. 2020. To combat the ills of a society that refused to listen to black male voices, right? And we've been rocking and rolling ever since then. This is my homie. Like, you know what I mean? There's a 90%, 95% likelihood that if I go missing, he's the one who did it. So blame him. But this is my brother, and for my last person for Black History Month, a month that has included Stacey Abrams, my mama, the brother who invented video games, George Clinton. The last person I wanted to do this month was Mondale Robinson. So that's
Wow.
Black History Month, my brother.
Wow. Y'all. I'm gonna call you off. I'm gonna call you offline because I'm a whole asshole. I need to keep that. I'm gonna call you offline. We love y'all, man. We love y'all so much. We need a break though, y'all. So we're gonna take a vacation week. Y'all gonna let us. We're still gonna roll. We're gonna be in the chats of the replays, but we need a week off. We gotta revamp and get ready for elections again, and all the shit that 2021 is gonna bring. So Marcus, what a fucking way to end the month, bro.
Yeah, because
we
had to cap this bitch off. We had to cap this bitch off right. Got M. Dell in the house tonight. We gotta cap this bitch off right. Got Mark Farrell in the house tonight. We gotta cap this bitch
Cap
off
this
right.
bitch off right.
Black history, bitch. We gonna cap this bitch off. Cap this bitch off. Cap. Hey,
Got stuck.
listen,
you
you watched.
You see me get stuck? See me get stuck?
Cap.
I got some good
I got
news
some
too, y'all.
cigars waiting for me, bro.
Right, I'm gonna let you go. Let me share some more good news, y'all. My lawyer called today and told us that we were absolutely the owners of property for the first Clickbaity school, bro. The deal is done. Signed the paperwork on Tuesday. So the first, not Clickbaity, sorry,
MVP
Black
school.
Female Voter Project. You know what I'm talking about? The school for teach brothers coming home from prison how to code so they can get real work. So we're super excited about that. And the good news is, Marcus, it's right there in that poor ass town where I grew up. It will be the first school will be opening up in Enfield, North Carolina, man.
That's how you rock and roll. Man. Congratulations. Congratulations. Good work. And keep up the work. We got some good news for you guys. Hey, listen, you will see us next week. We just won't be doing Clickbaity in this format, but I'll be damned if we don't hit y'all with something next week. But we're gonna take a little break because pressure.
Don't forget, y'all. Don't forget one more thing, Marcus. Don't forget, if you follow me on Patreon, y'all know we got our book club. First book club event is coming up next month. Y'all about to be ready. Pedagogy of the Press is the book we're talking about. That's a big book. Don't try to wait. If you not start reading it, you about to get on it right now because it's that time. We're talking about it.
Awesome. Thank you for watching Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap. You're at home. You're with family. Have a good weekend. Peace.
Trap squad, 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 trap squad.
Hey, Clickbaity political. Yeah, Thirst Trap, Trap Squad, Squirrel Squad. Our mission is critical to speak the truth to the masses. We here for the fight. We ain't started, but we here to finish it. Sick and tired of seeing the privilege. Take advantage of the weak and the innocent. So we let a voice be heard. Every single weeknight, unapologetic. Black people, despite this white supremacist system that we live to on a daily, we still throwing up those acorns cause we represent Clickbaity. Yeah,
Trap squad, trap squad,
let me hear ya.
Trap squad, trap squad,
Throw those squirrels up if you with it.
trap squad, trap squad.
Yeah, I see you, yeah, I see you.
Trap squad, trap squad, trap
Clickbaity, Thirst Trap.
trap squad, trap squad,
Hey,
squad,
let me hear ya.
trap squad, trap squad.
Throw those squirrels up if you with it.
Trap squad, trap squad.
Yeah, I see you, yeah, I see you.
Trap squad, trap squad,
Clickbaity, Thirst Trap.